fietsen door de stad. Het is vrijdag. Ja, wat is achter, wat is voor. Dit is het standbeeld van Lafayette. Dit is het park van Lafayette. Die de Amerikanen in hun onafhankelijkheidsstrijd heeft geholpen tegen de Engelsen. En op iedere hoek staan beelden van beroemde generaals.
And originally it wasn't white. It was a mixture of yellow and brown. I'll give you an example later of what it looked like originally. But when they rebuilt the White House in 1815, they painted it white to cover up the black marks from the fire.
Verblijf waar buitenlandse gasten slapen als ze op bezoek zijn in het Witte Huis. Blairhuis heet het. Museum.
Now we'll get a look at the south portico, which may be more famous than the north.
Yeah.
There are so many police cars and ambulance here.
Yeah.
Sarah Pesie zit een beetje te gapen voor het Witte Huis. Zwaai even naar Bill.
Hij is alleen in Californië, dus ik weet niet of ik zelf kan zwaaien.
Sarah en Pieter.
Whisky.
Of cheese.
Be on line between the White House and the Jefferson, but the land was entirely too swampy. They had to move it over and they had to create a hill to put the monument on. In the 19th century, most of the land south of here was underwater at least part of the time. Over there on the corner through the trees, you see the first of the Smithsonian museums. It's the Museum of American History. And of course, as you go down the street, you have one museum after another. The monument's impressive at night when you have blue floodlights at the base and the lights streaming out from the eyes.
Showcase. Finger printing. Whatever that is.
Papa, daar hebben we het geld gemaakt.
Hè?
Daar hebben we het geld gemaakt.
Ja, de munt.
It was dedicated in 1943 and it was built by John Russell Pope in classical style. Among Thomas Jefferson's many talents was he was an architect. He designed his own home in Charlottesville, Virginia, and he designed the rotunda of the University of Virginia in classical style. So this is modeled on the Pantheon from ancient Rome and in Paris. And of course, when it was finished, it was dedicated on the 200th anniversary of his birth, 1943, and it is lined up evenly with the White House. Jefferson was the third president of the United States, but that was really a postscript. On his gravestone, he had written that he was the author of the Declaration of Independence, the author of the Declaration of Religious Liberty for the state of Virginia, and the father of the University of Virginia. Being president didn't matter that much to him. Now, of course, he's most famous for the opening words of the Declaration of Independence. On the inner right, we have it. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed with their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then he says, to secure these rights, governments are instituted, and when they aren't promoting those rights, men have the right to overthrow the government. So he's justifying the rebellion, abridging freedom of religion, or establishing official religion. He used the term in American politics, there's no religious... Jefferson died. What is his death date?
Pentagon.
So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And of course there's a picture of him, a relief of him riding back from the inaugural. Roosevelt, the media had an agreement.
Een schitterend monument.
Churchill said, their finest hour, blood, sweat, and tears. People in Britain and America use these terms even though they don't know that Churchill originally said them. So Roosevelt's the same way in the U.S.
Daar zie je allemaal verschillende beroepen en breien, zodat de blinden het ook doen.
Okay, now, we see the chair. Roosevelt is sitting, this is a big debate. Roosevelt is sitting in a wheelchair. There was a big debate. Should they show him in a wheelchair? People said, yes, you've got to be sensitive to people with handicaps. Other people said, well, no, he was never shown in a wheelchair while he was president.
Okay.
There's the plaque for Alaska in 1868. This is of marble. They're put together so well you can rarely, it's hard to figure out. It's hard to figure out the different ones. Now, notice that his left hand is balled to a fist to show how tough he could be. His right hand is relaxed to show how generous and merciful he could be. It shows the two sides of Lincoln's character.
zijn allemaal foto's die zijn erin geëtst op een of andere manier.
Ik heb hem ook de hele tijd gevraagd.
There were, you see. And some of us who fought it weren't very popular in this country.
Nu zijn we bij het Vietnam-monument.
Nu kan je die namen opzoeken. Dit is eigenlijk gewoon een telefoonboek en dan kan je zien wat ze staan. Ken je een Nederlander?
Difficult circumstances. It was rather unpopular war, you see. And some of us who fought it weren't very popular in this country. Okay, so now we'll walk past the boat.
Niet te doen.
Blocked out of his head. There we go. Okay, now see, his body was never found. This last panel has people from, say, 1972 to 75.
We hebben net wat gegeten.
Kijk uit, wat ik zat. Kijk uit.
Oude hoeren op de mall. Het oorspronkelijke Smithsonian Museum. Ook wel genoemd de Castle. Ga je doen?
Ik ga je het aanvallen.
Nou, dan gaan we samen hebben zin. Nou, Sarah, op een paard. Zwaaien, Pieter, naar je zusje. Zwaaien nou. Spirit of St. Louis.
El señor me dijo, yo he lanzado la cosa que antes la gente conmigo, yo me acuerdo de mi padre
Think I'll go back.